everyone. Welcome to this week's Blonde Intelligence with me, Miss Ronnie, where I always seek to give you exquisite cranial repertoire. This week, our special guest is Mr. John Doe Wonder. Say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone. What's going on?
Everything is good over here. We're going to start out with letting you tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. Well, thanks for having me. A part of your show. Let's see. I've been doing music for a little over.
What does every artist need? Press, 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 and more press. Music reviews, interviews, blog articles, press releases, the Blonde Intelligence video show, the Blonde Intelligence podcast, the Blonde Intelligence blog, Blonde Intelligence music reviews. Available on Pandora, Amazon Music, Apple, YouTube, and more. Social media blasts, build your EPK, expand your fan base, links to your press. For more information, visit blonde-intelligence.com.
For 8 years now. Born and raised in a small town, Wilson, North Carolina. I'm sure you probably haven't heard of that, but yeah, it's a little country, small town. But
I'm a
yeah,
little small town too, so I think the population was like 800 when I was growing up, and it's close to like 500 now. So I know about little small towns.
gotcha. Awesome. But yeah, so I've been just working on music, just learning, developing my skill, just my passion for it. I've had a background of music with my family and what have you, so just come kind of natural. But yeah.
Okay, where are you from? The little small town.
So it's literally called Wilson, North Carolina.
I was in North Carolina. So where are you
Right.
now?
Right outside of it. So it's a place called Sims, and
Okay,
it's
so you
probably
still at home.
yeah. I'm still home. Yes, ma'am. Still,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
So tell me some of the projects that you've been
yeah.
working on.
I've been working on independent stuff a lot. So I've done several different small independent projects. I just recently started working on my own stuff, and so creating the music and then finding the artist to actually be on the music. So that's been part of my journey now, and also just working with different talent, either around me or people that I've found or networked with in different cities.
Okay. So what are your immediate goals right now?
So my immediate goals is to continue to work with people, and I guess my next big thing is just to get some placements. I think that's every producer's dream is to get placements with major artists or major independent artists. So that's my next thing.
So are you just limiting it to only working with artists? Are you not looking for like film and TV placements and different things like that? Or are you just wanting to only work with artists?
No, I think that's probably right now. Film and TV is probably where I'm most successful at right now. The song that you got to hear actually got placed in All American. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that show or not, but it was a hit show on CW.
Okay.
And now it went to Netflix, so they had both of the seasons on Netflix, and it was one of the number one shows when it was out.
Okay. Okay. Um, so is the reason that you want to work with artists now is that you're expanding? Is it something, is that like new since, I mean, because I know with me, I'm always the type of person, well, I done mastered that now, so now I want to try this right here. So is
Right.
working with something that you haven't done that you want to do, or is it something that you feel like that you have done and you want to continue doing?
Well, I think in anything that you want to be great at, I think you learn the skill, and you develop the skill,
Mhm.
um, before you actually go out and broadcast it. And I think that's what I've done is just really just learned a lot about the music business in general. Learned what I'm good at and what I'm not good at, um, and then kind of built a team around that. And then I think I'm solid now, and I feel like okay, I'm ready to actually put myself out there to start introducing John Doe Wonder and actually getting placements with people, whereas it can take off and do something. So
So, what type of artists are you looking to work with? Are you looking for certain genres or are you open to any genre?
yeah, so I'm really open to any drama. I'm sorry, any one of them. Um, Hip hop and trap is probably my go to and what I'm comfortable at. I also like pop music.
Tell me why.
Um,
Tell me why.
why why pop music? I think it's the emotional feeling that I get when I get to create pop music. It's different um, outside of hip hop and trap, but you can really intertwine those two probably really easy. Because if you think about like the Rihanna or the who else is Usher, you know, they travel along that line of hip hop, trap, pop. So
Hip hop, trap pop.
hip hop, trap, pop. Yeah.
That's what you said. Hip hop, trap pop. Okay. So, tell me this. I ask everybody, and it's getting ready to change over. So I'm gonna ask you this. I'm not gonna ask you how has COVID affected because I know everybody was turned upside down. Now that there's a clear pathway to actually being able to open back up and everything with the vaccinations and everything from COVID, how do you see yourself, or what are your future plans for when the COVID restrictions are lifted?
Yeah. So right before COVID actually happened, I was doing some traveling and able to network with different top producers and artists already. And so I want to do that again and continue to do that, and just go to different conferences, go to different functions, and just kind of network and just have music ready, which COVID has helped, you know, be able to stay at home and like build music and build a almost a folder of some new music. Um, so once that happens, I'll be able to go out and just kind of broadcast what I have and continue to network and kind of go from there.
Okay. So when you say continue to go to conferences and all those types of things, tell me some of the other conferences that you have been to. Because I
Yeah.
know
So
when COVID happened, I was getting ready to go to the South by Southwest conference, and it's like shut that down. And I was like, with what was going on, I was like, I don't think that I want to go when they not knowing what's going on with this at that time with COVID. And I had canceled my plans and canceled my room, and then they had canceled the conference and all of that. So before COVID, what type of conferences were you going to?
yeah, so I would go to like different producer camps. I would get invited to different ones, and that was by just kind of doing some research online and just kind of putting my music out there and getting introduced to outside of the small town I'm in. But so I was able to go and see a producer named Ill Mind, which is a Grammy winning producer. He had some conferences where I think it was 25 to 30 different either producers or artists.
Hi, this is Marlette with Classic Glam by Marlette. where classic never goes out of style. We're based here in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, but you can reach us on our website at classicglamgirl.com or Facebook and Instagram at Classic Glam by Marlette.
Mary Ruth's Organic is a #1 Amazon bestseller wellness brand dedicated to immune support and gut health products. Made with high quality, non GMO, plant based vegan ingredients with the fewest number of allergens possible. Mary Ruth's Organic health products are cat's claw, elderberry, lemon balm, adrenaline focus, ionic zinc, ginseng vitality. Find Mary Ruth's Organics on Instagram at Mary Ruth Organics. Blonde Intelligence is a Mary Ruth Organic partner.
Got invited to go, and he will rent out a big studio, and we could broadcast our music. He would give us feedback on it, and then find ways to connect with him and stuff like that. So I was able to do that twice. I was also able to do. I'm not sure if you're familiar with a guy named Kato on the Track. He just kind of went viral on TikTok with the whole beat and all of that. So I was able to do the same thing with him. And the song that I showed you or broadcast to you, Out My Way, I played for both of those guys, and they liked it a lot. And so they told me to just keep working. And say what now?
I said, evidently I did too.
Yeah. It was a fun record for sure.
Mm-hmm. So tell me, out of all the producers, past, present, who do you think is the greatest producer of all times?
Oh man, that's huge. That's a big question. The producer that I probably look up to the most is probably Timbaland. I just liked his sound, his bounce, the way he put different sounds together, the way he was able to choose different kind of sonics to mesh them, and then how he did Missy Elliott's, her whole album. It was definitely different and outside of the box. So I just like what he was able to do. So,
Okay. How many instruments you play?
Say what now?
How many instruments do you play?
So I could play two, and that's guitar and piano.
Did you start playing by ear, or did you actually take lessons because you knew you wanted to be into music? Were you like in the band? What?
Yeah, so I started playing by ear. Growing up, we would go to church, and so
I knew you was gonna say
that. You would learn from church, right, and then just come home and practice and stuff. But after then, I just started taking the piano a little bit more serious and started learning notes and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say I'm the best at it. I just know how to get around.
Are your plans to stay in North Carolina, or do you have plans to actually move somewhere else?
At this moment, is to stay in North Carolina, but it's kind of the sky's the limit wherever music take me or wherever my job might take me. I'm willing to go. So yeah.
Okay, so I have two questions for you. If you can work with anybody that is not with us anymore, that was like legendary in music, who would it be? And tell me why.
Okay. Do I have to limit it to one person?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, I mean, go ahead.
Let's see. I would say Biggie Smalls, and if it was, I could do two and maybe do a feature. It would be Aaliyah.
Okay, now tell me why.
One, because Biggie Smalls was just a man. Any record he got on, he was gonna make it a hit. And the voice and the passion that he brought every time, Every record I've heard of his, like he just brought it, and it was clever. It made you think, but it also made you move. And the music that I want to make, I want you to be able to think about it, but I also want to make it feel good. I mean, I want you to enjoy it. Um, so yeah, definitely Biggie Smalls and then Aaliyah. She was just, I mean, she was what you would call a goat, right? Like she was anything she touched, it was great. And I think that was due to, I mean, Timbaland being one of the best producers in the world, a producer. He definitely brought out her sound, but yeah, she was good as well.
Okay. So tell me if for someone, tell me who would you want to work with that is present day?
Okay, so present day all time favorite will be Jay Z.
Okay.
All time, yeah. If I could get in the studio and work with Jay Z on one record, I think my career is done. I'm done. I can hang it up. I can retire on that. But yeah, it would be Jay Z.
Okay. Jay Z. What do you think that you could do for Jay Z?
I don't think I could do anything for Jay Z. I
What?
think I think honestly, I mean he's done it all, right? And so I think if anything, he's worked with some of the best producers in the world. Um, he worked with Kanye and Timbaland, and they made some hit records together. I think if anything, it was just he'll be able to see a, hopefully a younger version of them and just be able to spark something else. I'm not sure what that would be, but um, yeah, I was just vibing. That's what I want to do. I want to vibe and make some good music.
Okay. Tell me this. With this being Black History Month, who would you dedicate Black History Month to this month in music? I know June is Black Music Month, but I don't see how people can celebrate Black history and not include music. So, who would you dedicate Black History Month to, or even the week out of Black History? And I'm gonna tell you who I dedicated it to this week.
Okay.
What does every artist need? Press, 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 and more press. Music reviews, interviews, blog articles, press releases, the Blonde Intelligence video show, the Blonde Intelligence podcast, the Blonde Intelligence blog, Blonde Intelligence music reviews. Available on Pandora, Amazon Music, Apple, YouTube, and more. Social media blast, build your EPK, expand your fan base, links to your press. For more information, visit blonde-intelligence.com.
I'll say Sam Cooke. I think Sam Cooke was uh, a great culture person, but I also think he had a voice for Black people. Um, if you think about slavery time and how they was to sing those songs, and where you can feel the struggle, you can feel the pain, the suffering. I think he always brought that in his music. Um, and I think he tried to bring uplifting music as well. But those songs where he was really getting into it, you could feel that the struggle and the fight and just to just be alive.
Okay. But I dedicated because I write a blog too.
Okay.
And I am doing Black History Month this month. And for the first week of Black History, I dedicated the first blog to Pimp C.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's a good one too.
And the reason why is because a lot of times when people think about Black history and actually think about music, they think about people like how you thought about people who was doing the civil rights movement and all of that. And
Hmm.
I was actually listening to one of his interviews, and what he said, yeah, we glorified the wrong things when we were coming up. He said, but us being legends in the rap game, he said we have to be able to tell the youngsters about the other side of that life. And basically what he was saying was that as you grow, you evolve. So what do you think about the evolution of hip hop?
Man, I think everything you're saying is real. I think the way hip hop has grown from just these small 1, 2 tracks of beats, and now they've grown into orchestras, and just in itself is huge. Also, just I feel like hip hop is just a trendsetter as well. I think a lot of times different genres kind of pick off of hip hop and kind of add it into theirs. Um,
Hip hop is the number one genre now. It has surpassed rock and
mhm.
roll. And when I cannot remember his name, I'm sorry. Did the hip hop country song with the Cyrus man.
Yeah, mm, I know who
Anyway,
you're talking about.
not his name, but I think that set a trend for country. Hip hop is
Right.
infiltrated into every genre now, and how they say that the United States is going to be a melting pot. It's just going to be different versions of hip hop. It's going to be pop hip hop, and like how you were saying, I mean, because it's going to be everything hip hop. I mean, even rock and roll now, you hardly, if unless it's like straight heavy metal, it
Yeah,
has a hip hop vibe.
you're right. You're right. That is very true. That is very true. I would agree with that.
Oh, okay. I thank you for coming. I want you to tell everybody your social media handles, how they can find your work, how they can work with you, and any last thoughts or advice that you might have or want to give out.
Yeah, so you can definitely find me on any platform at John Doe Wonder underscore. So I would just do John Doe underscore Wonder is the Instagram. You can DM me from there. Always looking to work with different up and coming artists. Um, yeah, I just like having a good time. So you can do that. If you were looking for beats, I have a beat store as well. You can search that out, and that I have a link in my bio um, on Instagram as well. So if you're looking for beats and you just don't have a big budget or you don't have a budget at all, there's some reasonable price beats up there, and you can um, get some custom beats made as well. So
All
come
right.
find me. Yeah.
You got any like merch or anything that you're trying to push besides the
Yeah, so I don't have any merch just yet. We're still working on logos and things like that, but not yet, but it's coming for sure.
Okay. Well, I thank you for coming and tell everybody your name again, Mr. Wonder.
So it's John Doe Wonder. John Doe Wonder.
John Doe Wonder. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Bye.
All right, bye.
Advertise with Blonde Intelligence, where our listeners experience exquisite cranial repertoire. Blonde Intelligence is a new podcast and video channel featuring entertainment, musical artists, producers, entrepreneurs, as well as discussions on social topics, making the Blonde Intelligence platform suitable for a wide variety of product ad types. Video, Instagram TV, YouTube, and links shared to all Blonde Intelligence social media pages and select group networking platforms. This creates a collective base of over 50,000 potential sets of eyes on your product or service. Each sponsored ad will feature on both the podcast and video platforms. Sponsors have the choice of either a voice ad or audio video ad, with 3 options for placements. Create a win-win business partnership by advertising with Blonde Intelligence.